Oh my goodness. And then I pop down to the garden for 5 minutes and come back with this. This is why it's harvest time. I've tried so hard to get out of the crossbody bag habit, and I can't. It literally is harder than giving up smoking. I do not have a signature style. I have tried for so long to get one. Daisy and I are going to have such fun in here before Christmas. It's going to be insane. I love autumn. I love the light in the early autumn. I love the last of the sun and the warmth. And I love coming out in the early evening into the West Sussex countryside and picking blackberries. That is the stuff of life. Hello, I've got 2, possibly 3 really tiny bits of housekeeping. First one, next Sunday, the Homebody Companion Club opens its doors again to new members. So the reason I stagger membership, the opening of the membership like this, is because I want it to be a place of community and friendship. I want it to be great value, and I want people to know how to navigate around the platform itself and get to know people. It's an incredibly friendly, welcoming place. I just wanted to ensure that everyone was happy. So I staggered it in that way. It is the most joyful place, and I cannot wait to open those doors again to new members. It's just wonderful. We've got some great things coming up. We've chosen our books for September and October actually, so that's exciting. But also we've got our first special guest. If you do decide it's for you, then you'll be there for that, which is just incredible. The second thing is that I think, I've got everything crossed, but I think that Homebody Cherry Men Love online will be going live next week as well. Oh. I'm giving myself a little bit longer to get that right. So it might be maybe not on the Sunday. Homebody Companion Club definitely opens next Sunday, but Homebody online, it might be that it stretches to the Monday or the Tuesday because there's so much room for other things to go wrong with that. I can't open an online shop until it's properly ready. So I'll keep you in the loop about that. But this is the time frame that I'm working with. And the other thing is just thank you so much for all of your messages back to me, having received the Daily Homebody in your inbox. It's just, I cannot tell you. I thought that I would respond to all of them this weekend, but there were quite a few of them. So if you're waiting for a response from me, you will get it this coming week. And if you'd like to receive Daily Homebody in your inbox every morning as we go into the cozy season, and it's getting ridiculously cozy in there, then I'll leave the link below and you can sign up to it. It's just a chat with me. It's just me going, hello, let's make a crumble and look at what's in the garden and look at this wonderful quote or book that was written entirely about autumn, and are you doing this? And it's just and it takes me back to my blogging roots. I get to write a short, it's got to be said, a short note to each and every person. I had forgotten. I think this is why so many people do Substacks. I think a lot of them were OG bloggers. I get to do it in the Daily Homebody, so I don't have a Substack, but I get to exercise that wonderful writing muscle by writing the Daily Homebody. That's where I do it. Anyway, let's get on with today. Got lots to cover.
Like a wild man, sleeping like a child, so luminous and
It's blackberry season, so I'm out with my very kind daughter who is out with me and is filming me at the minute. The hedgerows are full of blackberries and they are amazing. There are so many of them. And I was driving home on the school run the other day. No, I was driving to school to do the school run, and there was a lady here who had just started filling up her basket with blackberries. And I came back through about an hour later. She was still here. That's how many there were. And her basket was full. So I've come out, I've snuck out because I don't want to miss them all. So exciting. The hedgerows are mixed with the flowers of the ivy about to come out and the blackberries. It's absolutely wonderful. Everything mixed in together. Such dense hedgerows. So important that we have them. I love being out at this time of day as we head into autumn. Well, we're in autumn, but as we go into it proper, it's warm. There's that wonderful sort of golden hour light that's just perfect. The last remnants of a gorgeous, gorgeous summer. So we've got hawthorn here in the hedgerow as well. They all make such wonderful arrangements or added to some sort of a tablescape. Don't like that word tablescape, so we don't use that word. But, oh look, there's some oak here. Love it, absolutely love it. Look at this, little oak leaves. So exciting. And of course there's the ivy sort of spread through the hedgerow like that. But I'll leave that. Look, this is quite long. The thorns on the hawthorn are crazy, and we've got a huge hawthorn tree right at the top of our garden, and it's beautiful in the spring because it's got the blossom. Now it's got the berries, and they are just lovely. Got really squeaky secretaries. Look, isn't that lovely? It's so beautiful. I love this time of year so much. I love autumn. I love the light in the early autumn. I love the last of the sun and the warmth, and I love coming out in the early evening into the West Sussex countryside and picking blackberries. That is the stuff of life. So lucky because, let me see if I can show you. Got these. Can't really see them. So many rose hips. Tiny, tiny roses in the summer. But what it does do at this time of year is it gives me all of these hips, and I like to bring them in if I can find them. I just think they're so cute. Lovely sort of orangey red there. It's so quiet this evening. Oh, there is nothing like an autumn in England. Not even going to say there's nothing like an autumn in the English countryside, because there's nothing like an autumn in London, especially when the sun shines and it's still quite warm and you get that fabulous sort of golden hour light still. All is well with the world, especially when you're outside. Let's go up and just to the top of the garden because I want to get some hawthorn berries. I'll show you. It was a busy day in Homebody today. Daisy and I were in there together, and I was only meant to stay for an hour or so because I hadn't seen Daisy in ages and ages, and I had some new stock delivered. Yeah, so I had some new stock delivered that Daisy hadn't seen. I wanted to get it all sorted out. And we've now got a stationery department, which is very exciting. Look at all of the hawthorn berries. They are so sweet. And there's so many of them. Such a glorious red colour. They're so different to the hips. They're a blue red, as opposed to the orange red of the rose hips. Aren't they beauties? One of the most wonderful things about having a shop is that you get to work with the most wonderful people and producers and creators and people that you have admired, or you've admired their work and their creations for years. And I'm so excited. We have just had a delivery of one of those people. So I wrote to them a few weeks ago before I went away, and I said, look, I'm opening this shop. I love your work. Is there any way I could have your work in Homebody? And they said yes. So in this box is our Bloomsbury Revisited order. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Look at these, look at these. Oh my goodness. They are utterly, utterly beautiful and absolutely perfect. These are the candle lampshades. So they're really tiny, and they've got that little fixture there. Can you see it? So it just sort of sits on top of a candle shaped light bulb. So which one is this? Is this Bluebird? This is Bluebird. Look, look, it just goes so well with just everything. So we've got this design for the candle lamps. I just didn't know what to choose. I'm not like a buyer. I just know what I like. It's like with the clothes. I'm a 50-year-old woman who knows nothing about fashion, but who knows what she likes. So what would that be with regards to the shop? I'm a 50-year-old homebody who knows nothing about buying, but who knows what she likes. That's right, isn't it? It is profound. Daisy, you're so funny. Okay, so the other design we've got is the hound, or hound. Yes, and I want to get it right. And this is it named after or dedicated to?
Yeah, I think it is named Bill.
So this is Bill, and I love that. I love anything with a story behind it. So this is Bill. Isn't he gorgeous? Such a handsome dog. But what I loved about this, so this is the shade Olive, and I loved this combination of this fabulous sort of olive green and then this amazing, almost terracotta and pink. I hope I'm saying the right colours, but they're absolutely beautiful, and it just goes so well with everything else that we've got here in Homebody. I've got one more to show you. So exciting. So this is peony, and obviously because it's got peonies on it, and it's that pink and green colour combo, which I absolutely love. So there is sort of variations on a theme here. I had to choose designs that were sort of in keeping, I guess, with everything else we have here at Homebody. And to be honest with you, it was so difficult. Every single one of them would have sat just absolutely beautifully in here, as they will in people's homes. And I want to take each and every one home, and I'm not allowed to. Daisy's like, no, you can't have the candle shade. I also bought 2 bases to go with the 2 larger shades. So we're going to sell them as a complete lamp and base. And these lamp bases are hand painted. Oh, look at that. And it's got that fabulous old-fashioned cord, lamp flex cord. They are just beautiful. I'll show you the other one. And then that's the other one. Look at that. They're just magnificent. Just such beautiful creations. That one, where would it... Oh yeah, I think Daisy and I are going to have such fun in here before Christmas. It's going to be insane. Oh. It's quite squeaky. You think? I'm back again with another one of my 50-year-old woman who knows nothing about fashion, but who knows what she likes, outfits. I thought about this actually, and I wanted to say something about showing you these outfits. Clothes are so personal, we know this. So I'll be wearing something that you will hate, and there are actually a lot of maybe fashion influencers that I've seen on social media, and that is all they do. And I have never seen something that they have worn that I have liked. That's how personal this is. But there are people throughout my life that I have seen, from when I was a child and I grew up watching movies, to when I was in my early to mid-20s and I found someone whose style I loved and I still love their style, to now, when I find people who are younger, who are sometimes my children's age, and they've got a pair of jeans on or a t-shirt that I love, to women who are 50 or 60 or 70 and they're wearing clothes that I love. So it's so personal. I do not have a signature style. Let me be clear about that. I do not have one. I have tried for so long to get one. I can't tell you. That can be tricky. So when I go to shops, I have no idea if I'll find something I like. I have items that I like. Jeans, I love, but only certain types. Trainers, I love, but only certain types. Oversized shirts, I love. Fitted jackets, I love. Peasant skirts, I love. Drop-waisted dresses, I love. Huge, big black overcoats, I love. Barber jackets, got loads of them. Winter boots, loads of them. Summer dresses, as long as they're not too fitting. I don't mind them being fitted across the top. Cannot have anything on my waist. Prefer a fuller skirt. That's it. The rules I do follow, though, are to do with colour. And this is fairly recent for me, but it's working an absolute treat. And I'd urge you to take a look at this because it's really interesting. So I didn't get my colours done, but I went online and I uploaded a picture of myself and it was taken in natural light and I sent this off. So obviously every colour in the spectrum pretty much is on this chart, but, and this is where the magic is, it's the shade of colour that you need to look at. It's the shade of red, it's the shade of blue and green. So what's bonkers is that I can't wear white. I have to wear a very, very slightly off-white, so almost like a milk as opposed to snow. Red cannot be an orange red. It has to be a blue red. What's also bonkers is that I can't wear black. I've worn black my entire life. Instead, I should wear the deepest, darkest brown, or the deepest, darkest navy, or the deepest, darkest burgundy, or plum, or chocolate, or mahogany. And the difference, I have enjoyed shopping so much more. So that's what I'm doing now. I have not thrown anything out of my wardrobe. So if you see me in black, it's because I'm not going to throw everything out. And what's funny and what is that I have changed the picture of my children that was my phone's screensaver, and I've swapped it out for like a chart of my colours. So on holiday, I was like walking around the shops, like going like this, like comparing my, yeah, no, that's not right. So let's start this off. This is my oversized shirt from J. Crew. It's sort of like a dusky rose with a plum coloured stripe going through it. This is oversized. I'm not wearing any kind of a belt, and I'm wearing my old jeans. These are Watts 2008, 17 years old. And they are from Banana Republic. They are so old, I cannot tell you. See, I told you I look after things. Everything comes back around. I've got Adidas trainers on, and I bought these randomly from the O2 Centre. So my daughter had gone in to watch Billie Eilish with two of her friends. We arrived and they didn't have tickets, and they just wanted to soak up the vibe, and I just thought that was a brilliant thing. So I took them down there. They ended up getting tickets. They paid for the tickets themselves. They're amazing. But I waited outside whilst they were inside and bought myself a pair of trainers. They've got like a thicker sole, so they stop these jeans, the bottom of these jeans, from getting too wet if it rained. I painted my nails the other day because I felt like it, and I'm using Essie, shade 898. I'm wearing my chunky bangle again from J. Crew. All of these outfits will feature repeated items, but I'm showing you these again because I just want to show you how it looks with different outfits. I have my really thin Monica Vinader bangle on again with this, and I have a green Monica Vinader ring. I've got my granny's gold locket on here, and then I've got some tortoiseshell hoops. These are from J. Crew. I love tortoiseshell in the autumn and in the winter. There are certain prints that I love. I love tortoiseshell in the autumn and winter. I love leopard skin or leopard print in the autumn and the winter. And I never wear those prints in the summer. If it's slightly chillier, then I would put this on. This is my latest find from Depop. I'm obsessed with Depop and Vinted, and this was such a find. This is Tory Burch. I will wear this with so many other outfits. I'll wear it with jeans and like a black turtleneck, polo neck underneath, and then this, and then some gold jewellery. Gosh, it was, I want to say it was under £20. Continuing to layer. I'm in the country after all, and there is nothing I love more than a Barber jacket, and this is one of mine. I've got two of these. I've got one which is much more of a tweed. This is a bit more of a check. The tweed one I've had since my children were very, very little. It was eaten by moths. I still wear it, and I will darn it, and I will repair it. But I love a good jacket like this because I can sort of dress it up slightly, as you can see. So I would feel more than happy going out for supper with the girls like this. I could go down to the deli and do some work. If I changed my trainers and put my boots on, I'd go for a dog walk. Every outfit has to go from one thing to the next. Probably take the bangles off, it's a bit much. This is Barber. I'm going to link everything that I'm wearing down below, but everything that I'm wearing I have purchased. So there we go. This is it really. Bag! This is my plum patent bucket bag. Again, I bought this from J. Crew on holiday and I love it. I love this colour at this time of year. This is so handy. So phone, car keys, wallet, lipstick, lip balm. Yeah, that's about it, isn't it? I love a crossbody. I've tried so hard to get out of the crossbody bag habit, and I can't. It literally is harder than giving up smoking. But this is another one of those outfits that you will absolutely see repeated in various vlogs from now throughout the autumn and winter. The wind has blown all of this. We had some really big storms, quite high winds, and all of my sunflowers are now sort of leaning. They're still gorgeous. Come and see them. These are wonderful, grown from seed. They're a little late. I think that they are a little sort of gone, over. It's just been so wet this week. I had planned an entire week in this garden, but the weather had other ideas, so. Look, this is so big. This dahlia is enormous. This was the first dahlia that came out, of the whole year, the whole season. and it's still going strong, and there are still so many buds on it, so many left to come out. It will keep going and going and going until first frosts, and it's the most beautiful colour, especially in the autumn. The wind just gave this such a battering, but look, this pom-pom dahlia there, it's perfection, it's perfection. I'll give you a close-up of all of these, and I'll leave the names, the varieties of dahlia that I've used this year. All of them, if you remember, like way back when, are Farmer Gracie, and they are my favourite. Look at this, it's huge, a huge bunch of dahlias. Look at him, he is so big. He's just crawling around with his little pollen boots on. Oh, I love him. Oh, look, he nearly fell over. Oh, I could watch him forever. Oh, look. Oh. Oh. This is so exciting. Look at this. Oh, I thought summer was over. I spent a week in the rain, and then I popped down to the garden for 5 minutes and come back with this. This is why it's harvest time. Sort of went for such a different colour scheme this year. This sort of dark, almost garnet reds and apricot, and look at this, like yellows and scarlet. And these really sort of slightly mixed sunflowers. Oh, I love it. It's a departure for me. I usually stick to quite dusky, fairly pinky, it's got to be said. If you are ever considering making some no-dig beds in your garden, do it. Just do one. It is so worth it. It will take you 15 minutes. And look at this. I put all of the flowers that I picked last night into water overnight, and now I'm going to arrange them. But I was kind of tired last night and I just didn't feel like doing it then. So I stuck them in water, and then I put all of the brambles and the hawthorn outside so it didn't get too warm in here. And I'm just going to start pottering about with it now. There's a lot of talk online, certainly really as soon as you get into the month of August, about the Burr months and the cosy season. And I'm a huge fan of this time of year. I love it. But I'm also a summer baby, born in August, love the summer, love the fact that it's my birthday month and then it goes into the Burr months. I love it all. But I have to take this process fairly slowly, actually, slower than you might think. I'm actually just having a tidy up on here because it's quite dusty, but this actually illustrates my point. So at the minute, I'm quite dark. You can't really see my face. If I face the window, you can see me better. And the point of that is this. This room, which is the dining room in the cottage, is an autumn and winter room. It comes into its own during those times of year. It's not somewhere that we spend any time at all in the maybe sometimes in the spring, but certainly not in the summer. It's too dark, it's really cozy, and because it just comes into itself and just flourishes certainly at Christmas, then we kind of know that and we stay out of it. And besides which, we'd much rather eat outside when the weather's lovely. So knowing that, I don't mind at this time of year, because we are almost in the second week of September, I don't mind starting to get this really, really cozy, because I like things to be ready. So by the time, well, the clocks won't change for a while, but by the time the days are a lot darker, this room and anything I want to do in it, sort of year to year, like one year I put the fairy lights along the beams on the ceiling, and that was like a whole day. And then I put that chicken wire structure on the beams, and I've sort of changed the flowers season to season. So that's been up since Easter, sort of spring. And I will take all of the pink flowers out, and it will be brilliant for Halloween and autumn in general, but perfect for Christmas. And as I did in the spring, I thought you might like to follow along. There is a lot you can do in the spring and summer at home. Inside, of course, But I think there's far, far more to do in the garden and living outside and having a room outside in the garden. You know, that's what my focus would always be, given the choice. But then coming in at this time of year, that's when my imagination just starts to run riot. And I think, well, what should we do this year? And, well, what did we do last year? Is there anything, you know, that worked, anything that didn't work? You know, that's, as a homebody, that's the way my mind works. So again, I want to take you along on this journey into coziness and right up to the most wonderful time of the year. So right now, I've got you on a tripod on an armchair, because otherwise, if I face the other way and put it on the floor, the room is too dark for you to be able to see anything. But again, I think you just have to know when a house comes into its own and sort of live accordingly. That's what I'm trying to do now, and sort of try and make outside as livable. So if it does start to rain, can we still be outside? Is everything quite accessible? Is it comfortable? My obsession, and has been since I was sort of 20, I think, has been rooms outside. Those places outside that you can use all year round, that you can sit in and eat in and cook in, sleep in when the weather allows. I am so loving, I don't know if you can see them, just the vibrancy of all of these colours. I'm so sort of pleased with them. These pom-pom dahlias, they fascinate me. I just can't stop looking at them. So I'm starting to hunker down, really, starting to get everything ready. I've got this basket of blackberries and hawthorn with the lovely hawthorn berries on it. Can you see? Just a little bit. I'm going to start pottering with these today, or maybe tomorrow, and I'm going to make an arrangement for the dining table, a sort of autumnal centerpiece that runs along the length of the table. So join me on Instagram or next week, and I'll show you how I'm making that or doing that from start to finish. It's very simple, and it's just simply a case of bringing the outside in again, which I know I love to do, and I know that so many of you love to do it as well. So I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I know that the Homebody Companion Club is definitely opening again next Sunday, but I'm hoping that I will also be able to announce the opening of Homebody Online. But we're getting there. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I can't wait to see you again. And of course, I see you every morning anyway, when I pop up in your inbox with the Daily Homebody. So if you're interested to know any more about anything that I've spoken about, including outfits today, then just look down below in the description, and I've written everything out. So hopefully you'll be able to find things, information or links, or, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Sign up for the Daily Homebody. You can sort of navigate to that really easily. Have a great week. Sending lots of love, and I will see you again somewhere soon.